Hey everybody, this is going to be my Penguin deck profile. We'll get straight into it. We're going to run triple copies of our main monster, which is Great Emperor. We want to get this monster on board as quick as possible. His effect is that he tributes himself to summon 2 penguins, which is a really great effect, knowing how our penguins run. Great Emperor on field is full combo. For our second monster, we run triple of the Penguin Squire. His effect, in your hand, if you control a face down penguin monster, you can special summon him and reduce his level by 1 or 2. And then his effect on field, you could flip up 1 set card on the field and negate its effects unless it's a penguin. The only cards we are setting are penguins, so the effects will pop off, usually going with a puny penguin or a penguin soldier. For our next card, we run 2 of the Glacier Penguins. You summon this off of Great Emperor, and its effect is that if it's special summoned, you can bounce a card from your deck to your, or from their field to back to their hand. For our next one, we run 2 copies of No Penguin. No Penguin is really good extension and a really good card. If a monster is bounced back from their field to the hand by a penguin monster, No Penguin will banish that card instead. Now this works very well with our Great Emperor, special summoning into our Glacier and No Penguin, banishing 1 card right then and there. Now its effect in the graveyard is really good extension for the deck. If a penguin activates its effect, No Penguin is a mandatory chain link to special summon himself from the graveyard. We run 2 copies of Penguin Soldier. Penguin Soldier is like one of the main cards in our deck. We want to get this set on the field quickly because we have several effects to flip him face up to activate his effect, bouncing 2 cards from the field back to the hand, and it can be monsters on our field. There are a lot of scenarios where you'll activate his effect after flipping him face up, and even you bounce himself back to the hand to once again set him back down. We run 2 copies of our Puny Penguin. Puny Penguin's effect is that if it is flipped face up and then sent to the graveyard, you could special summon a penguin monster from our graveyard. The reason we run this card, you get any penguin back. We want to mainly get our Great Emperor back to once again get into our combos. We run 2 Nightmare Penguins. Now the reason we're running this card is solely because if a rank 4 that gets you into Bahamut Shark, and then Bahamut Shark gets you into Totally Awesome. And its second effect of gaining 200 attack points is sometimes, you really won't actually hit that, but it's sometimes will come up. 1 copy of our Penguin Ninja. Now, there are 2 combos that we do go into fairly often, and one of those combos does require Penguin Ninja. That's why we run this card. Otherwise, it's an iffy card. It can set a penguin back face down, which is sometimes okay. In one of those combos, you put your Puny Penguin face down, and then you flip it up with Penguin Squire to do the Great Emperor back to field, so it's okay. And it does bounce 2 spells or traps. For other monsters we run, besides penguins, we run triple copies of Ice Jade Chimora. Now, Ice Jade Chimora's effect is that if it is in your hand, you can discard it, special summon a water monster from your hand. We just run this card to hopefully get it opening hand with our Great Emperor, special summoning our Great Emperor to do full combo. We also do run 3 copies of the Ice Jade Aregran. I believe that's how you say it. Her effect is that you get an Ice Jade Speller Trap from your deck on normal summon. We do run one copy, one Ice Jade Speller Trap. For our extensions, we do run 2 wielders and 1 tracker. These are just level 3 extension. You can get off if you normal summon a No Penguin, if you normal summon a Glacier Penguin, you can extend into these, get you into synchros with our wielder. That's why we do run 2 over the 1 tracker. Maybe in some cases we do have a rank 3 you can go into if necessary. For our hand traps, we just run triple copies of Ghost Ogre. I like Ghost Ogre just because it just gets the card off the field. If it's a monster, its effect does go off, unfortunately, but that card is sent to the graveyard afterwards. For our spells, we run triple copies of Royal Penguin's Garden. Now, Royal Penguin's Garden is great when you activate it, it'll get you a penguin from your deck to your hand. Its effect on field is that it can discard 1 card to reduce the level of a penguin monster. So that in some cases will be our Great Emperor to normal summon instead of having 2 special. Most of the time you do want to send your No Penguin to the graveyard with this effect, since it is the best option. For more spells, we run triple Ice Jade Cradle. So this is the card you're going to get off of your Ice Jade level 3 monster. And then it gets you into your Chamora. And it is not a once per turn, so if you do open multiple, you can search the deck pretty quickly. For our quick spell, so this is Sol and Luna. It's a Book of Eclipse and a Book of Moon in one. So you'll target 1 card on your field, 1 card on your opponent's field, and flip them based on their battle positions. So it can flip up your Penguin Soldier by then even flipping down one of their face-up monsters. For some common cards, we just run 1 Called By and 1 Monster Reborn. I do recommend running triple Emergency Teleport, as it could be very helpful with your Psychic package. Now into our extra deck, we run 2 copies of Penguin Brave. So Penguin Brave's effect is that if it is synchro summoned, you can set a penguin monster from your deck to the field. And then during your opponent's turn, if a monster activates an effect, you can chain Penguin Brave to flip up a face-down penguin monster, which will be your Penguin Soldier to get you into bouncing cards back to their hand. For a good Speller Trap removal, we do run the Adamancipator Risen Dragite. It is a rank or a level 8. Sometimes you can get into it with your Penguin Squire and your level 3 monsters. Just don't reduce the level of Penguin Squire. For a weird card that is an iffy to play, we do have the Deep Sea Prima Donna. If your opponent controls a banished card, you can special summon that card or add it to your opponent's hand by getting a card that is banished from your side back. We do run Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Along with that, we do run the newer version of Trishula Zero, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Banish up to 3 cards from the graveyard, field, or hand. And if this card is destroyed, you just would be able to bring out Trishula from your extra deck. So we're moving on to Xyz. So this is a weird card to be playing. Virtual Rolled Shell Jaja. So this card is weird effect that if it is you can target one of your opponent's monsters and banish it. So it's a really good non-target effect that helps getting off monsters from the field since they're not being destroyed. It works against Dragoon, which is a really difficult card sometimes to get off field. We do run another rank 3, which is going to be our Nightmare number 47 Nightmare Shark. Detach a material, target a water monster on your field, and it can attack directly, which is really good for your Adamantipator, which is at a 3000 beater, which is great if you have this and Adamantipator. For that Toad play, we do have the 1 Toad and 1 Bahamut. Bahamut's effect, it brings out the Toad. Toad's an Omnigate, discards it, then can get a water back from your graveyard to the hand. So you just get your Toad back. And then with its second detach, you can bring back your Toad once more. For links, we do run a link Rebo. Sometimes you just unfortunately weren't able to use your Puny Penguin for a synchro or a extra deck link monster. So this is just a way to get your Puny Penguin in the graveyard to its effect can be activated. We run 1 copy of the Star Boy. It's really good. It gains 500 for all the water monsters, including itself. And then when it's sent to the graveyard, you can get a water monster back to the hand. Then we run 2 copies of Marince's Coral Anemone. The reason we run 2 of these is right now Christian Hakofibrex is banned, so we don't have any of those plays. And overall, I think it's a really good effect to be able to bring back your Glacier Penguin, and then its effect would trigger since it's being special summoned, and then you get your No Penguin Chainlink 2 from your graveyard if you do have both of those cards in the graveyard. And the way I play that is sometimes, even off of the Great Emperor effect, bringing out Glacier Penguin and No Penguin, I won't even activate the effect of Glacier Penguin, linking them to these 2 into Marince's Coral Anemone, and then activating your effect, then being able to special summon him, because it is a once per turn, activate his effect then, and then you have the 2 cards that made this card back onto the field. And for a filler card, you could play anything you feel like you could fit into the deck. I just do have the Borreload Dragon. I don't ever go into this. We have more win conditions than we even need to play this. So this is a filler spot. Play what you want to play in this spot. And it's going to be everything for the deck profile. Look out for the video for the combo plays that we do have with this deck. Sometimes you can end off with a set Penguin Soldier with Penguin Brave on field to quick effect flip it up. And we do have a Toad and a Bahamut, of course, getting it off the field. And a Coral Anemone. With the Christian Hakofibrex, we were able to go into more plays, getting into our Adamantipator Risen Dragite much easier after its effect of No Penguin, or of Penguin Brave flipped over the Penguin Soldier. It was much easier. But right now, that's what the deck is looking like. Hopefully, we can find more things to fill in this deck and make it a little bit better. But for now, thanks for watching. Thank you very much.